It was the summer of Pedro. And it's time to look into it. He went to the Mexican League. He signed some other players as well. He signed 10 in total. He did sign Declan John on loan, but I just did Declan John, so I didn't really want to include them in this. But with 10 players to go through, we've got the categories of GOAT, great, good, bad, horrendous, and absolute dog meat. I've added one more category because I feel like with 10 players, can need to do that. So we're going to go for the left and we're going to go end at the right. And kicking off, we have got Eduardo Herrera. This guy was not very good. I'm torn between bad and horrendous. Maybe I should have put a category in as average, but you know what? I feel like this is actually better because it's like, what were you closer to? Were you closer to bad or good? And I'm not saying this guy's going in good. We signed this guy for a decent bit of money, and he just did not deliver. So I'm going to put him in horrendous. Just a strike. There's a few people on this list that we signed for a lot of money, and they just did not turn up. And that's the next guy, Carlos Pena. He may have a Twitter account. Well, it's a fake Twitter account. May have been numerous drug cartel memes about this guy for Celtic fans and all that sort of chaos going on, but this guy's horrendous, right? And I say he's horrendous. He's actually worse than horrendous. He's absolute dog meat. He cost us like 3.5 million, and he played like 4 games, and then we terminated his contract. Like honestly, out of the last 6 years, he's probably one of the worst signings going. And I mean, I'm just going to keep going back with this series till the fucking dawn of time. So it'll be interesting nonetheless. But Jesus, man, that is horrendous. Up next, we've got Daniel Candeas. I'm going to put him in good, but it would be like bottom of good. I feel like he was alright. He's like one of the last like right midfielders that we've actually had at the club that I thought was alright. Like he's better than Scott Wright, way better than Scott Wright. I just wish we would have signed him when he was younger. When we signed him, I believe he was 29 for about 800,000. He was alright. He scrapes good, Daniel Candes. He scrapes good. Up next, we've got Graham Dorrans. We signed him from Norwich for about 1.5 million, and I'm going to put him in bad. He wasn't anywhere near like good enough, as in like, oh, he warranted that. I mean, look who we signed Cantwell for 1.5 million. Look at the fucking player he's turned into in a much more competitive, like environment. But Graham Dorrans should have been coming into this Rangers team and being top man. But he came in and he wasn't that good. And I'm putting him in bad for the fee. And he just didn't really impress me. He didn't really work out for him. And then he ended up going to Dundee. And I don't even know what he does now, to be honest. Up next, we've got Noemi. I believe that's how I'm pronouncing it. We signed him on loan for Manchester City. I'm going to put him top of horrendous because at least it was a loan. It was a youngster. I can accept those sort of deals. I feel like when you're spending like millions, man, you need to know what you're doing. Really need to know what you're doing. Up next, we've got Dalcio. Where the hell did he come from on loan? Was it Benfica? It might have been Benfica on loan. Uh, it's mad. Like this seems like 20 years ago, but then once you start talking about it, it seems like it was yesterday. Talking about these players. I'm going to put him. It was a loan. I'm going to put him in front of Graham Dorrans. I think he was alright. Up next, it's going to defy opinion. It is Alfredo Morelos. Of course, we signed him for £1 million. I don't think there's any players that are going to be getting in GOAT like out of the whole. I feel like the GOAT category's got to be reserved, and I'm not saying Morelos is like, oh, he's almost there, but he could have. Morelos very easily could have been in that GOAT category. I know it's ifs and buts, and we don't live on ifs and buts, but if he doesn't get injured in the Europa League run and he fires us with a few goals and we win that, he goes in the GOAT category. But he got injured when his form was really good and he just never lived up to it. He kind of down tools and he left. But it's undeniable. You sign a guy for £1 million and he finishes as your top European goal scorer, the third highest Europa League goal scorer. This is one of our best signings easily in recent years. Easily. Up next, we've got Fabio Cardoso. This guy never really worked out for Rangers, but now he starts for Porto. Don't really understand that. Don't understand that one bit. So we'll take it. We'll take Fabio Cardoso. I'm going to put him in between Dorans and Dalcio. I feel like that is fair enough. Up next, we have got Ryan Jack. Signed him on a free. I'm going to put him bottom of great. I feel like he deserves to be a category above Candes. Still at the club, so I mean, I guess if you look back in this in like 20 years' time, maybe I could redo it and be like, oh, I remember he won his 2 Champions Leagues in a row. That was quality. Yeah, I doubt that's going to happen. But my point is, with Jack, some really good moments with Ryan Jack. Like when we beat Celtic, Gerrard's, well, we beat Celtic for the first time under Gerrard, and he scored that goal. Very memorable moment. So many other crucial goals. I like Ryan Jack. He's still got a lot of years to give us, and I think he'll probably retire at Rangers unless we decide to get rid of him. So I'm going to put him in the great category, just behind Alfredo. And then up next, who have we got? We have got Bruno Alves. Absolutely mental. This guy was a part of the Euro team, wasn't he, that won the Euros with Portugal? I believe he was, but even without that man, he was a Portuguese international. Um, it's just a shame. I feel like if he came in to our team now, it just would have worked a lot more. Like, I'm not saying at the age whatever he is now, like what, 43, 42, but it's just he came in to a team that was fucking shite at the back. There is no mistake about it. He did score some great free kicks, and he was all right. But I feel like for the hype of Bruno Alves, it was bad. So I'm going to put him top of bad, guys, and that is where we're going to leave this video. Do you disagree? Do you agree with that list? I think that is pretty much fair enough. But anyway, guys, until next time, peace.